Hello, and welcome to Ellen Ruth Soap. I'm Ellen, and today we're not making soap, we're going to make lotion, a fluid pumpable lotion. And the reason why, or the inspiration, is I was digging around on my storage shelves where I keep all my extra supplies and things, and I found I had a whole bunch of these pumps bottles over there, and I've been meaning to make a pump lotion recipe for you all. This is a very basic recipe. In fact, this recipe is very close to the first recipe when I started making lotions. It's super simple, so easy, and it's pumpable. It doesn't get too hard. So I had these bottles. I said to myself, let's do it. Let's make this lotion. So for the fragrance today, what I'm going to be using is cocoa butter cashmere. Oh, doesn't that sound good? It smells amazing. So that's going to be the scent, I thought, in the winter time. That's the other thing. This pumpable lotion is a lighter lotion than my emulsified body butter recipe, but it's still very moisturizing and just luscious on your skin. Great for winter time. I've used it on my face and my body, and I just love it. I always put lotion on. Anytime I shower, when I get out of the shower, pat dry, I always lotion. Just slather in it. I love how it smells. I love how it feels. So I'm a lotion girl. So we're going to make this today, and I will share the full recipe down below in the description box. So let me get everything pulled together. Got to sanitize all the equipment. You know the drill when you're making bath and body products. Cleanliness is important. So I'm going to get everything sanitized, all the equipment, and we will come back and make a simple but luxurious pumpable lotion. All right, well, I'm getting all my surface area prepped and ready for this lotion making. I want to talk about the bottles I'm using. These are from Wholesale Supplies Plus. They had a sale going on quite a while ago. These were like in the back of my storage area of containers. And these hold about 12 fluid ounces of lotion. So, and I got the pumps. They always, anytime on Wholesale Supplies Plus, or usually any place that sells containers, these come separate. They have different color options and stuff for the lids, or just a, one of those little rocker squeezy lids. So different lid options. So you buy them separately, and so they come with a longer straw on there because these can fit, taller bottles also. So I'm going to need to clip this straw. So what I do is I kind of hold it up. It's not very scientific. I sort of hold it up to where it's going to screw down, and I get a ballpark of the bottom here. And I'm going to go just a hair above that, and I like to clip at an angle so that it won't create a suction at the bottom of the jar. So just a little bit of an angle, if you can see that. And now I'm going to test fit it in here, screw it down, and make sure it fits. And it's a little long. It's going off to the side here. Let's see if you can see it there. I don't know if you can pick up the shadow of the tube in there, but it's kind of going off to the side. And I actually like that because when you get to the bottom of the bottle, you can kind of bop it and get it all. So I would rather have it off to a corner than have it be too short, and then you waste all that product in the bottom. So this is now going to be my measuring stick for my next one here. I will hold it up, put my finger where it needs to go, and cut at an angle. And there we go, and I'll just measure it just to make sure again. And yep, we're all the way on the bottom with it. So those are ready to go. Now I've got to get to sanitizing. Oh yeah, forgot to mention my funnel here, which I'm also going to be sanitizing, fits in the mouth of these jars, and it's good to have a funnel if you have, this is a very narrow thing. You could pour in there if you have a really good sharp eye and a funnel to pour into, but this just makes it so much easier, less drips and mess. So I like to have a funnel around when I'm doing this type of a bottle top. Okay, we are ready to go here, and the first thing that I like to do is measure off my liquid phase portion of the lotion and get it going to get up to a boil, and then I like to simmer it for a while to make sure all of the any bacteria or anything is totally boiled out, and it really sterilizes the liquid portion. So bring it up to a boil, let it simmer for a bit, and hold there. And it's just a really good way to approach the liquid phase of a lotion. So because it's going to be simmering for a bit, and when I say a bit, anywhere from, some people say 20 minutes, some people say 5 to 10 minutes. I do 5 to 10 minutes at a simmer. But you want to over measure your water a little because of course it's going to steam off. So the water measurement in this lotion is not like absolutely precise. If you're a ½ ounce above, a ½ ounce below, it's not going to really make a huge difference. It'll just be thicker or more fluid. So the goal is, for the finished lotion, I need 18 ounces of water in the finished product. I'm going to go ahead and measure 19 ounces of water here because I know at least an ounce is going to simmer off. So I'm going for 19, but I need 18 in the finished. And you know what? If you have 19 in the finished, it's okay. This is not a hard and fast thing. It's water. And when we get to the preservative level, I will show you the preservative has a window of usage rate. So as long as you have enough preservative for the basic volume of this lotion, you're going to be okay if your water's a little bit higher or lower. So I've got 19 ounces of water here, and to this, in the liquid phase, I'm going to add 2 ounces of vegetable glycerin. I got this from Soaper's Choice. You can get vegetable glycerin at several different distributors. So I'm going to tear this out and do 2 ounces of glycerin in here, and this is my liquid phase, or my water phase, I should say. All right, 2 ounces of glycerin. And I'm going to go pop this on a burner and get it up to a boil. And while that's getting heated up, we'll come back for the oil portion. All right, it's time for our oil phase of the lotion. So you have the water phase and the oil phase. And what we need is 4 ounces of liquid oils. Remember, we're doing this for a pump jar. So I'm not doing any butters or hard oils in here today. So all liquid oils. And it can be any liquid oil of your choice. If you want a very light lotion, you could use jojoba, grapeseed, sunflower oil. This is coming into winter. I want a more emollient, more moisturizing lotion. So today I'm going to be using hemp seed oil, and I got this from Amazon, and a combination of hemp seed oil and avocado oil. Those I think are just beautiful together and very emollient and very moisturizing. So I'm going to do 2 ounces of each of these for a total of 4 ounces of oil. Oops, I went a little over there. So we got 2.5 ounces of the avocado. We'll go going up to 4 here with the hemp seed. I'm glad I have a sensitive scale. That's a blessing. All right, there we go. So I've got 4 ounces of oil, and now I need 4 ounces of emulsifying wax, because you need something to emulsify the oils with the water phase and get it all combined together and stay together. That's what emulsifying wax does. And today I'm using this, what is it, Soft and Silky E-Wax from Be Scented. And I love that. There's a couple different places that carry the Soft and Silky emulsifying wax, and it really does just have a beautiful skin feel. It's just lovely. So 4 ounces of emulsifying wax is going to come in here. All right. Now you need to melt down the emulsifying wax. You could set this in a double boiler saucepan with some water to melt it. You can pulse it in the microwave, whatever you're comfortable with to melt. Some people hate the microwave. This would be wonderful in a double boiler. So I'm going to get this melted, and then we will come back to do the rest of it. All right, let's talk about fragrance and how I figure out how much fragrance to use in a product. This is a very basic tutorial. There's way more advanced tutorials on YouTube, but here's my basic thing. So I have my Cocoa Butter Cashmere fragrance here from Be Scented. This is the Be Scented website, and I just simply looked up Cocoa Butter Cashmere, and we're making lotion today, obviously. So you go down here to the information, and it tells you all about it, the vanillin content. This is a phthalate-free fragrance, which I always love that. And then it has the categories here. Well, if you don't know what category you're doing, just go down farther and it says the IFRA categories. So we're in the lotions here, which is all the fives, 5A, B, C, and D. The first one is a body lotion product applied using both hands and palms, primarily a leave-on. The second one is a face moisturizer, then a hand cream, and then a baby cream. So the level 5 categories. So let's go back up here to the percentages. And it's rather surprising. So you go from 19%, which is ridiculously high, I think. I would never go that high in a body cream or soap or anything, down to 1.18%, 4.6%, and for the baby category, 0.3%. So that is a very wide range for lotions. So when I come into something that has this big of a variable, I'm going to go with about 4%, around that. It's a nice in-between. This is primarily going to be a body lotion, although you can use it on your face. So it's in the face category. It's not going to be in the baby category, but so anyway, let's look up. So now you've got your percentages for your category. And so literally, this is as simple as this. So go up to Google, and this is a 28-ounce recipe today. And you just type in 4% of 28, enter, and it tells you 1.12 ounce. That's how much fragrance we can use in this product. I'm going to round it down and just go for an even 1 ounce. So we'll be using 1 ounce of this fragrance in this product today. And this is a good example of why it is so important to look up your fragrance, because each fragrance is different. Not all fragrances are going to be the same percentage and usage rates. But Be Scented website is wonderful because it has all that information right there that's easy to find. Brambleberry also has a fragrance calculator and all the information so that you're always in the safe range of fragrances. They also have these kind of calculators for essential oils too, if you are an essential oil person. So anyway, there's a super simple way to figure out your fragrance load. Let's get on to the lotion. Okay, and in this little beaker here, I am going to be adding the preservative, the fragrance, and a little vitamin E oil, just because this is wonderful in your lotion. So let's start with the preservative. I am doing, Optifen has a range in body products from 0.3 up to 1.5%. You can use within that range for a preservative in your things. So I am doing at about a 1.5 today. I'm going to do 0.4 ounces of Optifen, so just a hair under half an ounce for this volume of lotion. And this is just a good broad spectrum preservative. I really like Optifen. So 0.4. All right, and now I'm going to do 0.1 ounce of vitamin E oil here. All right, and now tear that out. And we talked about the fragrance oil. I'm going to do 1 ounce of this fragrance oil that we calculated. Okay, so here is my little cocktail that I will put in my lotion after it cools down. You do not want to add your Optifen over 120 degrees. You definitely want your lotion's, batter to cool down before you add this in there. So this is just going to set off to the side and wait for that to happen. All right, we're back. This has been simmering. This is the water phase. Here's the oil phase, and it's time for the magic to happen. I love doing this. As soon as this oil hits that water, it gets this milky white, and it's just so fun. So here we go. Ta-da! I love it. So now is just the patience. You have to sit here and wait for it to cool. You could pop this in the refrigerator if you get in a rush, but you really can only cool it so fast, and we don't want to add anything else in here until it cools. But I do like to stick blend. You do not have to. You could do a whisk to get this really combined, but I like the stick blender. I feel like it just makes it very fluffy, and I like how it combines everything perfectly and thoroughly. So you can see the oil's kind of on top. So let's go ahead and give this a quick blend, and then we're just going to walk away and let it cool. It could take an hour, sometimes a little more, depending on how warm your oils and stuff are. But let's get this blended. And there we go. I'm just going to walk away, and I'll just check on this about every 20 minutes or so, give it a stir with the stick blender. I'll just leave the wand part in here and for the next hour or so, and we'll be back when it's cooled off and it's time to add our little cocktail over here. All right, it has been well over an hour, and I actually let it cool a little more than I needed to, but it's time to add our little cocktail of preservative, fragrance, and vitamin E oil in here. And a note on the vitamin E oil, you could add that in with the oils. It doesn't need to hold off, but the fragrance and the preservative definitely need to wait till this cools down. So let's get that blended in here and go ahead and get it in the jars here while it's still warm. And then the note on that is you don't put a cap. This is for anything, a body butter or anything. Leave it uncapped until it is completely cooled so that you don't get any condensation. But you can pour it in the jars while it's still warm if you desire to. So let's get this mixed in. And I'm going to go ahead and use my stick blender since it's already in here, and you know, why not? Just fluff it up really well, and then we'll get it into the jar. If you pour it when it's a little warmer and more fluid, that makes it a little easier, but I'll show you what to do here. There we go. And of course the liquid of the fragrance lightened it up a little here also. There we go. It is all ready to go. So let's get this in the jars. Oh, it smells just lovely. This is such a nice recipe. I really hope you give it a try. And this makes fabulous Christmas gifts, holiday gifts, Hanukkah gifts, whatever, birthday, you name it. It just would be so nice to be able to make a bath and body product for the people you love. I think it's fabulous. So I really recommend this as a DIY gift option. You can do this with children because you're not working with lye or anything caustic. It's all just good. If you spill some on your skin, you're going to get moisturized. That's not a bad thing, right? It's a wonderful thing. So making sure that I don't have any of the cool edges stuck to the sides that just get kind of lumpy. I just want this nice and smooth. And it's time to jar up. So I'm just gonna, let's see, I want to hold that and we will pour. And you don't want to fill up, if you're using a pump, I'm just going to fill up to the little shoulder of the jar here, because when you put the pump down, this is going to take up some volume space in your lotion. If you fill it too full, it'll ooze out the top, and you know, that's a mess. So let's get this, see how far we get with these jars. Really close. All right, I'm going to go a little bit here, and I will have a little bit extra for me. That'll be nice. There we go. All right, here's a little 4-ounce jar. Let's see how full we can get this. There we go. Perfect. Let's let those cool off. All right, it's almost time to get our lids on and get the labels on these. So let me tell you what we got here. This was a 28-ounce recipe. These are 12-ounce jars again, and they are a little heavy, so they're 12.5 ounces. 2 12.5-ounce jars and 1 4-ounce jar, and I think that's wonderful. And I'm going to be gifting these to some family members. So I'm going to get the lids on. Everything's cooled. And it's all jarred up, so I took the lids, or my gloves are off, and I left enough room in here for the pump to go down in. There we go. And this is one of those twist pumps, so when I give it away and they want to use it, they'll turn the pump top and it pops up. So most of us are familiar with these. They come locked in the lockdown position, which is really nice. So let's get this on. And my labels are The way I normally do it, I bought my craft label paper is from onlinelabels.com, and I use their Maestro label designer to print out my labels, and it has all the pertinent information on there, the ingredients, the weight, what it is, all the good stuff that you need to have on your products. If you were going to sell these, you need to make sure your labels are FDA regulated. You have all the information on there. But I am going to pop these on the jars. Easy peasy. There we go. I think these look fabulous, and I'm excited to give these as a gift. And they smell wonderful. This one is for me. I'm going to take the top off here and just give you a little sample of it. So it's already pretty thick, but it's still fluid enough to get pumped. But look at how nice that is. And I'm just going to take a little on my finger. It's so thick and lovely, and yet fluid enough to go through your pump. And it feels light on the skin, even with those emollient oils, the hemp seed and the avocado oil. It's not too heavy. The glycerin is a humectant, and it really helps lock the moisture in. So it just feels fabulous. Not shiny, it soaks right in. This is just Fabo body lotion. I love this recipe, and I do hope you give it a try. If you do, let me know in the comments section down below. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope that you have a really wonderful day.